Discipline and organization. Why structured movements outlast emotional moments. Welcome to day 26 of this ongoing exploration of the philosophy, personality, and endurance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within the broader global tradition of freedom movements. Today, we focus on a crucial element that determines whether movements succeed or fade away: discipline and organization. Throughout history, many uprisings began with strong emotions, anger, or frustration, but only a few evolved into lasting movements capable of shaping history. The difference is often not passion, it is discipline. Passion starts movements. Discipline sustains them. The difference between a protest and a movement. Across the world, many protests erupt suddenly. People gather in response to injustice, economic hardship, or political tension, but protests alone do not always produce lasting change. Successful movements typically develop three important structures: clear leadership, strategic organization, and defined long-term goals. Without these elements, movements often lose direction or fragment over time. History shows that disciplined movements are better able to navigate challenges such as repression, legal pressure, or internal disagreements. Lessons from global freedom struggles. Many famous freedom leaders emphasized discipline within their movements. Mahatma Gandhi insisted on strict non-violent discipline among participants in the Indian independence movement. He believed that moral authority depended on maintaining self-control even when facing oppression. Similarly, Nelson Mandela and the African National Congress built organized networks that allowed the anti-apartheid movement to continue even during years of repression. In Africa, Thomas Sankara emphasized discipline, self-reliance, and national organization as essential ingredients for transforming society. In China, Mao Zedong built highly structured revolutionary networks that allowed his movement to survive years of internal conflict and external opposition. These leaders understood a fundamental reality: structure determines endurance. Organization as a tool of survival. Freedom movements often operate under intense pressure. Governments may impose restrictions, opponents may criticize or resist them, and internal disagreements may arise. Without organization, such pressures can easily fracture a movement. Structured movements typically develop communication networks, leadership hierarchies, strategic planning systems, and educational and ideological frameworks. These elements help maintain unity and clarity even during difficult periods. Across many liberation struggles, disciplined organization has allowed movements to adapt, survive, and eventually negotiate political change. The role of leadership in maintaining discipline. Leadership plays a major role in preserving discipline. Strong leaders set the tone for their movements by defining expectations, values, and boundaries. They also communicate long-term goals clearly, so supporters understand the purpose of their efforts. Supporters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu often describe his leadership style as outspoken and uncompromising, qualities they believe reflect strong conviction about the Biafran cause. In many freedom struggles, leaders who project confidence and clarity help maintain cohesion among supporters. However, leadership also requires responsibility, ensuring that movements pursue goals in ways that strengthen rather than weaken their legitimacy. Discipline and moral authority. One of the most important benefits of discipline is moral credibility. When movements demonstrate organization, responsibility, and restraint, they are more likely to gain sympathy from broader audiences. For example, non-violent protests often attract international support. Organized campaigns demonstrate seriousness and purpose. Clear messaging helps external observers understand a movement's goals. Movements that appear chaotic or uncontrolled sometimes lose credibility even if their grievances are legitimate. Discipline therefore becomes not only an internal necessity but also a public signal of seriousness. The role of youth in organizational strength. Young people often bring energy and creativity to movements, but that energy becomes most powerful when it is guided by discipline and structure. Across the world, youth movements that achieved lasting impact usually developed training programs, leadership mentoring, strategic planning groups, and clear communication channels. When youthful enthusiasm combines with organizational discipline, movements gain both momentum and stability. The Biafran movement and organizational challenges. Like many movements connected to identity and history, the Biafran conversation includes many voices, perspectives, and strategies. Supporters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu often emphasize the importance of unity, discipline, and coordination in sustaining the movement's long-term goals. The ability of any movement to maintain internal discipline while navigating political pressure can significantly influence how it evolves over time. History shows that movements that remain organized during difficult periods often emerge stronger when opportunities for dialogue or reform arise. Why Day 26 matters. Day 26 highlights a critical lesson from global liberation history. Enduring movements are built on discipline, not only passion. Passion can ignite public attention. Discipline sustains commitment across years or decades. From India to South Africa, from Europe to Asia, the most successful freedom movements have relied on organization, leadership, and strategic patience. The advocacy surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exists within this broader tradition where discipline and structure play key roles in shaping the trajectory of movements rooted in identity and historical memory. Final reflection. Freedom struggles are not only about ideals, they are also about organization, responsibility, and long-term planning. Movements that combine conviction with discipline tend to endure far longer than those driven only by momentary emotion. Day 26 reminds us that history favors movements that remain structured, organized, and focused on their goals even during difficult times. Because in the long arc of history, discipline transforms protest into lasting change. Don't forget to like, follow, and share widely for more insightful content like this one. Stay tuned.